Okay, they just grabbed the Sven. That's the safe
All
lane.
right, they don't go for their off lane. All right, interesting.
Yamsun did own on this hero yesterday. They
Yeah.
did a great job with it. I think they had the IO, however, and so you have this scenario of this game going to be a little bit slower for the Sven because you don't have the IO there to just kind of make things easier. We'll probably see them ban out the Slark, most likely on the side of black and yellow. The off-lane hero is still available. I'm wondering what they want to pick, though. That's the big question. Ban out the Tide Hunter. Or Tide Hunter, God, the Timber Saw.
Yeah, the Timber Saw ban out. I don't know. The most plan on picking up like a strength carry on the side of Infamous, so they're a little bit worried about their early game. They might be wanting to try to close this one out a little bit earlier. It could be Ember Spirit safe lane, like you were talking about. It would give them a lot of early game presence, and they might not be to go too late against this Sven. Or they could plan on picking something like a Medusa inside the safe lane here on Infamous. They wouldn't want to play that against the Timber Saw. Weaver banned out. The Weaver ban is a little bit confusing. You have a solid amount of lockdown. You got Bane, Lina, Earth Spirit, and Sven. I guess Sacred just been having games that are way too good on the hero, right?
I mean, it's one of those things where they could move the draft around a little bit, and this Weaver, Ember, Mars literally can all play in multiple lanes. So I think it's just a little bit, they're worried about it, being able to kite around the Sven and stuff.
Sorry. Yeah, they're worried about that. I was looking at comments in chat. I don't have the score figured out. I'm sorry. I only have 15 minutes between series, and the results are a little bit complicated with 4 teams tied for 6 and 10. Oh.
Very nice.
Yeah, sorry. I'm still looking at messages from the admin. He's trying to assist. Currently, as it stands, 5th for Zoomers, 6th for Koi, 7th for Gringos, ahead based on head-to-head against Infinity and FG. 8th Infinity ahead based on the burger score against FG. 9th FG, and 10th Black and Yellow. There you go.
So FG's out then.
Yeah.
FG's 100% out of the tournament based on that information.
Yes. It looks like it.
They're for sure finishing 9th, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it looks like, at least. Black and Yellow might finish 10th. They have a possibility to move up a couple places if they can take 2 games off of Infamous here. If they win a single game, that makes things kind of complicated. Anyways, Viper banned out last here against the Mars. Possible they plan on taking a I was going to say Spectre, but they banned that one out as well on Black and Yellow. It could take like Phantom Disaster or something like that. I don't think they were going to put all their eggs into the Spectre basket. It's good at getting Alina and the Bane on the back line, and it would be kind of okay at fighting into the Sven in the late game. But certainly they had something else in mind here. They take the Terrorblade. So he is a lot tankier than he used to be. He's okay against his Sven. He's one of the few heroes that do enough damage to fight into him. I feel like this one isn't so bad.
I think you just picked the Venomancer.
Hmm.
You can go Venomancer, or you can go... I mean, I'm honestly... I don't know. Maybe you need more lockdown from your off lane. You can't really just rely on the Venomancer here. But Venomancer would do pretty decently in lane here.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's the Sand King.
Venomancer is not great. You're playing that into a Terrorblade. You just get Reflection. You can't put points into Poison Sting. You go like 1 point in, or you just end up
just
getting
go the Gale, right? You just go Gale.
Yeah. Even then, it's a little bit difficult. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the Veno pick here. I think it would be good if there wasn't TB picked up, but I think Infamous had that one covered.
It's gotta be Sand King. Yeah.
Yeah. You were right to begin with. You shouldn't have ever doubted yourself, Ricky.
I was just thinking of something besides Sand King. It's definitely the best pick here. I was just wondering like what other options they had. Because Zero does like to play the Sand King. He also is a big fan of the Viper and the Veno in the offlane. So Viper being banned, those are going to be like his 2 other options. We'll see what they can do here on the side of Black and Yellow. You know, not a bad draft. They're definitely getting some comfort picks here. Yamsun on his Sven. S going to be playing the Lina. Jubei, Bane. You know, we'll see what they can do. It's not an easy task here, as Infamous has had an incredible tournament so far. And you've got to be careful of Lumire's Terrorblade, to say the least.
Yeah, this guy is going to be insane. Sven does have the farm advantage with Great Cleave at first, but they have some aggressive heroes here. Mirana, Mars alone on the Ember Spirit, along with Excel here on the Keeper of the Light. It becomes very easy to spam out Sleight of Fist during chains. You don't have to go back to base to refill your mana. You continue to play very far forward regularly. So I think you do have a little bit of an issue in the mid lane. I feel like Lina plays very well into the Ember Spirit. So if Esk is able to shut him down, I think the game will go pretty well for black and yellow. But again, Alone has played absolutely insane this tournament. There's a reason why they're near the top of the bracket at this point. Black and yellow are going to have their work cut out for them.
All right. Fourth and final series of the day now underway. It's going to be black and yellow versus Infamous. An instant smoke coming out from the side of Infamous. They want to get that ward out to the mid lane ASAP.
Get off my lawn. What's a lawn?
Let's go. They don't. I thought they'd try to rush to the mid lane on the Keeper of the Light in order to plant a ward if he is getting Wooden Lace first, but
he's going to ward up the high ground.
Yeah, triangle here. And they don't catch it out. They do see Ember Spirit around here. There's the mic.
Rolling Boulder connects into the stun. The question is, do they have the follow-up? Jubei holding a spell for the time being. He's going to have to go for the Nightmare. And this will set up a pretty nice stun here from Zero. Good attempt there. Jubei grabs first blood. Oh, no.
Come on, man.
How many times have we seen this?
He keeps doing this to his chorus. Just yesterday, we saw him playing techies. He went over to this the camp over here in the Radiant Triangle, cleaned up a couple of them with his mines, and moved over the mid lane and stole a wave.
So you just don't understand, man. You just don't understand Jubei.
I don't. You're right. I don't. Oh, it would have been a lot better to give that over to Lina or even the Sand King. It would have been bad to give that up to Zero.
3 for 1 on the runes, too. Not a bad start. 1k gold lead for the side of black and yellow. Oh, slightly less now.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, we're good to go. Let's see how Alone does here in the mid lane against Alina. The first couple of waves, or the first wave might not be so bad, but already he's doing a decent job of zoning him. Superior attack range, is forced to go Dragon Slave instead of the Light Strike Array, but Light Strike Array was difficult to get off on the Ember Spirit anyways, what with being able to dodge it out pretty easily with the Sleight of Fist.
Exactly.
We'll go Dragon Slave into Fiery Soul.
Not having the Dragon Slave there to get the range creep. That was a nice play by Alone, re-aggroing those creeps back.
Mm-hmm. Top lane, Sacred is dropping pretty low.
Top lane, that's bottom lane.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, bottom lane. Bottom lane.
I was like, huh? Sacred, nice God's Rebuke, though. Giving a little bit of space. Jubei, no mana for that Nightmare. Come on, bait him with the Courier. Oh, he hits a tower. Okay, well, that'll be enough.
Yep. Yeah, he tries to Clarity up the Sven. Michael turns around for a single auto attack because of that. Does he have enough time to... You're going to give him a Mango. Storm Bolt. Finishes him off.
Well done. Nicely played there. So they grab 2 kills now in the bottom lane, and the third one now, considering Jubei basically 1-0 and 2. Top lane, I believe they already committed the meta here on Lumire. Yes, they did. So Zero zoned out at the very beginning, but has a lot of creeps here that he can farm himself. Boris just getting ran at by those Terrorblade illusions, so this is super annoying.
I mean, he's got Orbit Venom and no boots of speed yet, so yeah, he's struggling to deal with those. And up until you get Sandstorm and Caustic Finale, I think Zero's just struggling to exist inside this lane. He's got a very big wave coming into his tower, though. Boris needs to just like not take any of this.
Yeah, he needs to just block the pole, basically, which it looks like that's what he's trying to do here. Zero taking the creeps just to make sure that those don't get pulled on over.
Mm-hmm. He's sitting around. He is eating up a little bit of this XP. I guess him getting his level 2 is pretty important. He's got his kick available.
Yeah, he's going to find the Keeper of the Light. Burrow Strike with the Sandstorm still there. This might end up being a kill, and it is. Well played. Good heads up call there from Boris. Being able to make that grab onto the Cupid line. We saw Coddle earlier, you know, the hero is very fast, but if you're able to stay on top of him, he kind of just feeds a little bit. Very fragile. He's a weak old man, relies on a horse to get him across this battlefield, and
legs just don't have the strength anymore.
yeah. He relies on the horse and magic. That's about it. That's all he's got.
Little hope for Radiant's middle tower.
His magic is pretty powerful, but they nerfed him.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, he's some of the lower base strength inside the game. Again, very quick hero, but Earth Spirit, who's able to close the gap onto him, get punished. Same goes with Sand King, who's got level 3 now. SK also with his Ring of Health, so zoning him out of the lane is going to be harder. He's not going to be able to harass him with these Conjure images anymore. Looking back over to the mid lane, Alone is just getting embodied here by Askin. This is the biggest thing that we talked about. If Ember Spirit doesn't end up having a good lane here, I think he's not going to be able to make the space for Sven. Sven's not going to be able to farm, and it's going to be a really easy game for Black and Yellow.
Speaking of Sven, dude, Sven's getting bodied bottom. Yamsun has only got 11 last hits, despite getting that kill early on. I mean, they did commit a lot of resources to get those kills, but it's kind of backfired as he has got half the CS here of this Terrorblade.
Barely matters. Well, it'll slow down you at first, but I don't think it'll matter too much in the grand scheme of things. It's better for Lina to have a good lane right now than you to focus too much onto the Sven. You can make stacks for him. He's going to be able to catch back up fairly quickly.
That was a nice slight change there into Arrow. LSA comes out and he's going to find the kill there onto Jubei. I think he committed the salve to try and keep himself alive there, but a little optimistic.
Yeah, he did. It was a nice try.
Excel here on this Keeper of the Line, getting chased down by Boris, and he doesn't have the boots quite yet. Rolling Boulder, just going to get juked out nice and easy. Coddle's going to be safe.
Go for the boots speed first item on Eskia bottom lane. Stormbolt comes out onto the Sacred just to get the disengage off. Not too exciting at the moment. I imagine
this wave is in a terrible spot. Look at how far forward this wave is, and Mars is just going to CS all of this under tower.
Yeah. He'll probably get at least fairly close to his face.
He could.
He could.
But, he's going to see it. Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Nice Storm Hammer.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, God. All right. Just look elsewhere. It's fine.
Let's look to the mid.
Oh, nice sleight of fist dodge. He gets the Laguna, though. And that is going to be a kill onto Alone. Nice bait there by S. And a good follow-up there from Boris. That's going to give him his first charges for the urn.
Yeah. Much better to look at. Yeah, but Boris is going to be the hero to follow here. He's been making plays around the map. Jubei ends up getting the sleep off onto the Mirana, but you've got 3 leap charges.
Yeah. He connects on the boulder, a little bit extra damage, but the big thing was he blocks the stack there in the process.
To their middle tower.
Yeah. I wasn't able to get that. I mean, the stack for Sven. Sven could just head up over there and make up for the fact that the CS hasn't been great. He is still a little bit ahead of the Mars. You have to keep in mind he's managed to find 1 kill and 2 assists so far this game. So despite the fact that he's down on CS, he's not doing awful for himself.
He is nowhere close to the Terrorblade, though, who's about about over 600 gold ahead of him.
Yeah, I'm sitting at the top of the CS chart, 51 last hits on Lumiere. This is going to be scary going there. Do you have a lot of magic damage for him? Nope.
Jubei gets found next to his tier 1 tower, and Ember Spirit with the DD rune. Gonna make quick work of that one.
Learn from your mistake.
Now they're just going to scout out any potential stacks, willing to find that they haven't really made many. And blocks that one there at 7 minutes. So a little bit more gold going the way of Ember, but at the very least they know that there's not really a recovery plan right now for the Sven.
Should look to their middle tower.
That's because rotating to the bottom lane. I think they're going to assume Sacred is going to continue to play aggressive here onto Yamsun when he shows himself, and S is going to turn things around on him. Never mind, let's kill him under the tower.
Again. Yeah, just gonna, well, try and nightmare something. He nightmared a creep. It's not a big deal. Jubei's dead, though.
What can you do? And these things happen. The bottom lane at the same time, they did end up getting a kill off onto the Mars. So helping Jansen's game just a little bit. Now he's going for the mass commands to be able to farm up this jungle faster. Kill was credited to Esks, though. It would be nice if Sven could get a little bit of extra gold.
They saw Sven head into their triangle right now, so Mars is here. The question is, will the rest of the team be ready to fight? And I think they are. He might be in a pretty rough spot here. Alone, slight chain's gonna set up a quick arrow, and that is a super dead Sven.
Yeah. Continue to slow him down. Lumir having a time of his life in the meantime, man. He's almost got his Yasha completed already. Double his power treads.
He's farming. He's farming real fast.
Yeah.
Zero is also finding a decent amount of farm. He did get a Vanguard first. He's going to go for the phase boots as well. Potentially a blink dagger after that. I'm not really sure how I feel about the phase boots, honestly. That feels really weird.
I'm not sure how I feel about the Vanguard. I mean, he'll survive. He'll be able to stand in front of Terrorblade and his illusions at the very least. But once he's popping Metamorphosis, it's going to be negligible resistance.
Jubei dead again in the mid lane. Amazon Stormhammer comes out. Boris does catch the Ember Spirit, but he's got a haste rune in his pocket, so just gonna back on out. Well, actually, he's not gonna back out. Just double slide of fist into the mid lane instead.
Courtesy of Excel on the Keeper of the Light, who ends up heading up to the top lane, needs to defend this tower, creeps on it. Jubei ends up heading down to the bottom. Sacred's got Arena available. Jubei could find himself killed here.
For the 5th time? Jubei's had a rough one, man. He started out pretty okay. And then it looks like Infamous, where you're like, okay, you know what, Jubei? You've had enough fun for today?
He got the first blood. Still doesn't have boots in 9 minutes, man. That's rough. Top lane. I tried to go on to Excel, but he doesn't manage to connect the rolling boulder, so Zero is just going to back up. Look at the tier 1 top, though.
Yeah, they will. They are smoking for this at the moment, though. Alone and Michael in pursuit. Again, the Mirana and this Ember Spirit pretty much playing together at all times. These Searing Chains, very easy setup for the arrow. And that's going to be a pick off here onto Boris. And it pops a stick for the moment. Rolling boulder away. Question is, will he be able to make it any further? It doesn't look like it. Zero gets a nice stun inside the Sandstorm, and they do not have any detection.
Michael's got a sentry.
Oh, he does. Okay.
He just chooses not to use it for some reason. I think they figure he's going to be too tanky with the Vanguard. They're close to the tier 1 tower. Lena would probably be able to turn things around on them.
I really hope he goes for the blink before this phase boots.
You probably will. It looks like he's going to. He could have just bought himself the phase boots right there. He's sending out the tumbler toy to himself with the courier, so yeah, he is going to go the blink dagger. I think he was trying to figure out whether or not he'd be fighting the Terrorblade a little bit more. If he was, he would need the armor, but he's going to be by himself. Let's get the boot trial first. I'm going for a BKB immediately after. He's trying to set up something here in the mid lane. Or just try to shove it out.
The classic bots BKB into Chrysalis. They're going to find as nice silence there from Boris. That Sleight of Fist would have caused a lot of problems for them. Zero going to be all right here on the Sand King. Tanky enough underneath his tower.
Nice try there. Yeah, if he got the chains off there before that geomatic grip, they definitely would have gone down on a couple of these heroes. Trying to rotate in on the Mars. No way out of that arena.
Sven's going to head top.
Lena, yep. Mars almost has the blink dagger. He'll finally start contributing a little bit more to his team once he's got this one done. Needs another 130 gold.
Zero about to have his as well. So both these going to have some big team fight implications. Smoked up on both sides of the map here. Black and yellow heading into the dire jungle. Not going to be able to find anything here. And smoked up mid lane. I think after that illuminate, they know the Coddle is there. So they're going to be just fine. Lumir playing really smart. I mean, he's just hiding super far back. Has the Sanjin Yasha completed, dude. He is farming so fast.
Yeah, 6.4k net worth at this point. Despite not being part of any kills, is a lot of creeps. More than 10 a minute already. Let's Keeper of the Light, give him mana. Come on, man. Just walked right by him.
Nope, they're going to go ahead and jump onto Boris here. Ooh, maybe not. He gets the blink off. Sacred. So has the arena. Good silence, though, to waste a little bit of the duration, but Arrow into follow, and they will find that kill.
Yeah. They get Jubei, but everyone else gets out, honestly. Sorry, they get Boris, so not that big of a deal. Lumiere, like we said, continuing to farm up. Forced to buy a clear because he didn't drop that chakra magic onto him, but fight still happening in the triangle.
Yeah, Blink Pro Strike from Zero, but ooh, just barely dodges that arrow.
S gear level 10, alone 8. He's not super far away from him on net worth, but the 2-level advantage is pretty big. As soon as S gets his BKB, it's going to be impossible to jump on top of him as well. No physical damage until you get like a Blink Dagger on the Terror Blade in the ultra late game. Swift Blink or something.
Yeah. Once you have BKB, you can kind of just stand your ground against this Infamous lineup. Michael gonna pop the smoke here, actually, and Blink Pro Strike comes out from Zero. Light Strike Array to follow, and finally they're gonna grab themselves a kill after quite a while of coming up dry. It's gonna be the Mirana, though, not the biggest loss.
No. Now, where's Sven at in things? He's sitting at 5.3k net worth. He doesn't have any farm yet. He's got Salve coming out to him. He just has these power treads in the Echo Saber so far. He's pretty far behind where he wants to be, but nobody did the opportunity to make stacks for him. And even if they did, I mean, they've invaded the triangle a couple of times. They've got good vision right now on Infamous of where Sven wants to farm. Safest place is the enemy team jungle right now. As soon as he moves into his own triangle, I think the Alone and Michael can look for a kill on him.
Yeah, most likely. Michael is going for the Yule Scepter this game. Alone, the 4-4-0 build that we've been seeing from Ember Spirits.
Top tower is under attack.
Start pushing the bottom lane as well. Looks like they're going to take the tier 1 tower. Not much Black and Yellow are going to be able to do about this one, unless Zero were to TP down there right now. I don't think he's going to, though. So, get up the tier 1. And I imagine they'll make the way for the tier 1 in the mid lane next year.
Alone finds him a little sleight of fist there. Nothing to be too worried about yet, as I did see them just come from the bottom. So they're going to actually just leave and like, all right, we're going to go top. Forget this. You guys can have a tower. Actually, they can just cut the mid lane, can't they? If they just like drag the mid wave over, can't they just prevent this tower from dying?
In tier 1? No. They could just hit it. I mean, it's a little bit early to take up tower shots, but it's not that big a deal. Arrow comes out, clears out the catapult. They'll end up grabbing the tower here. I don't think you want to try to take this fight. Mars, you could just go on the Sand King here.
The Sand King is not an easy kill. And the epicenter is a lot of damage this early on.
Just slowing down this push for now. I guess they're a little bit hesitant to commit onto Zero with this with the Vanguard. I don't know, it feels like they're wasting a lot of time right now on Infamous. They put a little bit more pressure on.
They did get some really nice wards out though. So they've got, well, I guess one of them just expired, but they got a really nice ward behind the tier 2 bottom. And the ward in the triangle still seeing you know, a decent amount. Yamsun just trying to clear up these stacks, get towards this Sanj and Yasha. We haven't really looked at Lumiere in a little while, but I mean, he is on his way to a BKB. He actually almost has it completed mid lane. Smoke's gonna get popped, and the Blink Bro Strike catches 2. There's gonna be the Magnetize to follow. That is gonna be a lot of damage alone. Just barely dodges that Light Strike Array, but Earth Spirit's gonna be the first one that ends up falling here. I'm surprised that they managed to come out of that so healthy. I thought they were gonna take way more damage.
On Infamous?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened there was Zero ended up getting hit by the Searing Chains on the Ember Spirit, then blasted back by the Blinding Blade on the Coddle after he used his epicenter. He just could not get on top of anybody there. So, ended up being a little bit of a waste.
Oh, they're in trouble. This deep ward, it's already paid off. We talked about it before. There's gonna be the God Strike from Yamsun, but the arrow is just holding Lina in place. They're gonna be able to finish her off with a sleight of fist from the backside. Yamsun looking to go for more, but Lumiere's here. He's got this meta going. He's getting crits off. Can they take him down? The Pro Strike comes through. They grab him. And Fiend's crit finds Alone. Black and Yellow actually managed to take a fantastic fight behind their tower.
And at that time, I feel like that was Infamous' fault, diving way too deep there, grouping up for this Sven to just cleave down. The Fiend's grip ended up being pretty huge as well, but that was definitely them going a little bit too gung-ho. You weren't super far ahead at this point. Yebson's going to be happy about that one as he's finally managed to catch back up. Only 1,000 net worth down on this Sven from the Terrorblade.
That was another scenario where like Yamsun had no business doing as much damage as he did. The Terrorblade ended up taking some massive damage from the cleave as he was attacking the Mirana. And then Yamsun, you know, follows up the Burrow Strike there from 0, and they're able to just burst down the Terrorblade at that point. There is a lot of magic burst still on the side of Black and Yellow that this Terrorblade has to be wary of. And hence why he's going for that BKB really fast.
Yep. Nice if you had it before that initial death there, but again, what can you do? 200 gold, well, 150 gold away from it, actually. His team continuing to stall for time, despite the fact that Alone ended up losing mid lane pretty hard to the Lina. Terrorblade was able to get a decent amount of space.
Shadows take us.
And they have been putting decent pressure on the Sven as well, but now I think he's recovered. Into the late game, I think this will probably favor the Sven a little bit.
Smoke and Moonlight Shadow out here as they're chasing after Eskir in the top lane, and they're gonna find him. Another kill going onto the Lina. Beautiful setup once again from these slight chains. And I was thinking, anytime you get changed up this game, you're just you feel like you're gonna die no matter what.
I think she had the opportunity to BKB there. She's got one right now.
She didn't before. She bought it. It combined when she died and went to base.
Did it?
Yeah, because I just checked her inventory and I didn't see a BKB.
No, it didn't. It didn't. I think she came onto her. She died. There's a courier right there with no items on it. She definitely had it completed as she died there.
No, it's Bane's courier coming back. Hers is in Fountain.
Is under attack.
I'm not crazy. I just went back into Fountain. I swear. She had the BKB.
Mid lane.
Don't think I'm crazy. Anyway, mid lane. Looking like they want to set up on the tower here. They've got God Strength available. I don't think you want to take this without arena. It's down cooldown for another 35 seconds.
Smoke up here in the mid lane though. Zero goes in, Burrow Strike comes out, and Esk with the Light Striker Ray into that Laguna Blade. They'll find that kill. Zero doesn't really care all that much about the spear, and Boris gonna chase for more Sacred. You're pretty tanky, but not tanky enough to stand through all of these right clicks. Or Spirit continuing the chase here, looking for more, trying to grab on top of Michael, but he's got a haste rune. He's gonna be able to walk away, no problem at all, but your mid lane tower now will fall to the side of Black and Yellow, and that is a big one.
Yeah, there's some much more control of the map. So Terrorblade now can struggle to farm. Terrorblade immediately left that fight as soon as he saw the Ember Spirit go down. The Mars kind of stood his ground to try and stun people up, but throwing the spear off onto the Sand King is probably one of the worst targets you could have done. He just does not care if you get the stun off on him. They lose Excel as well, who's sitting inside the triangle. And
his ward just outside of Sentry Vision.
They got to know there's vision somewhere here. Yeah, they ping it out on Ember. They're probably like, this isn't that uncommon, I feel.
I place that ward all the time. It's the one that doesn't get dewarded, like, first, right? Which is why I like it. No one ever checks that spot first.
Yeah.
Spirit Vessel done for Boris now. A pretty big pickup. Zero on his way to Lotus, it looks like. He's got a Void Stone and has a Plate Mail queued up, so my guess would be Lotus.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really good against a Terrorblade. You hate going for it. You can't sunder a Lotus target. It's really annoying. You can only sunder your own allies instead. Looks like bottom lane, Esk pops BKB to get out of the arena.
Yeah, blinked in, dropped arena, and just immediate BKB out of the Lina.
Dire's top tower.
Started ground trying to fight, but at that point, Sacred just walked away. So they smoke up his 5. Is Terrorblade ready to fight yet? What's he got? He's got Ultimate Orb. He doesn't have his Eye of Scotty, but he's tankier than he was before. BKB at 9 seconds on Yasha, Ultimate Orb.
You're on the way to the BKB for... There it is. Spear, arrow, everything right onto the Sand King. Nice sleep for the moment, but has no hesitations. They will be able to finish off that kill, and that's a really good find, that Sand King.
They're going to try to find more. They're walking up onto the high ground here. He sees Bane. but you don't want to commit your BKB.
Oh, Fiend's Grip right onto Terrorblade. He pops the BKB as a result. A little bit overconfident on the side of Black and Yellows. There's going to be the Sunder. He's going to catch Yamsun. He's like, his BKB just getting delivered. It was so close to being done, and you force the objective, and oh boy, does it backfire.
You do have Fortify available, which is going to buy them a little bit of time here. But next creep wave is coming in. I think they're going to be able to finish off this tier 2, which is going to be the last outer one in the top and bottom lane. And next they're just going to run down the top, I feel, and set up around Roche Pit. Sand King's coming in, though.
They don't have BKBs. They can do it. The LSA not going to connect. Force-staffed out Lumiere, continuing to get chased down here by Boris. He's got the stun in 1 second. Doesn't connect, though. He is out. They don't get anything. Oh, they got Sacred. Never mind. Okay, they got something, but... Oh, man.
They had no... I felt like they have no business escaping from that one. There's a very clutch force-staff there from Excel. Otherwise, the TB just gets absolutely melted and they start to turn the game around again. The tower is sitting fairly low, but you managed to keep that mid-tier one alive. It was a sick initiation there by Boris and follow up by Zero. They're going to go for the Roche themselves. This is a bold move, but you did just commit the Metamorphosis. It's on cooldown for another 48 seconds.
Yeah. Arrow onto Roche, which is going to help them a little bit as well. And Sven rotating in now after a respawn does have that completed BKB like we saw in the last fight. Man, if he had that BKB 5 seconds earlier, he walks in with God Strength BKB and doesn't get sundered. And that Terrorblade probably dies. It's those, like, you got to have patience, right? Those extra couple of seconds just completely turned that game around for Infamous. And you do end up getting Roche on here for them. They're going to pick that up on Esk, which I think is the correct decision.
I'll take your
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to have God Strength to get back up with the TB. A lot of time BKBs just could be wasted. They have to put themselves out of position if they want to get on top of Lina at the start of these fights. Speaking of, we don't see Blink Taker queued up on the TB just yet. He's almost got his Eye of Scotty. Just needs another 400 gold. But again, Swift Blink to get on top of Lina later this game is something I do expect to happen. What's Ember Spirit got right now? He's not that farmed. He's kind of fallen off. He's
Maelstrom into
got
BKB.
part of his money for his BKB. I mean, it is very important. Like you said, there's a lot of magical burst here on Black and Yellow. That's why Terrorblade needs to build the BKB himself.
He's smoked up on 4. Esk is going to continue pushing top. They want to try and collapse onto someone here in Infamous. Maybe they can deny some TP back, but
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
they're sitting on the other side of the jungle here. They do not see it.
Yeah.
Really good
Wonder
positioning by Infamous here.
Yeah. I don't know if the TP somebody back for the Lina, they'll just run down. Yeah, he's drawing a line on Michael. They want them to go to the bottom tier 3 tower. I don't think fighting into this when the wave's already pushed into the base, when they've got Aegis, is the best idea, though.
They're so
Lina's
afraid to
gonna-
even like D-push mid. Like Zero doesn't want to be there, and instead he's going to go bottom where it's a little bit safer.
Luthen's will chip away at the tower here, but he's got the 15 talent on the Sand King. You get 150 extra Sandstorm radius. It makes it so difficult to commit onto the hero. It is massive.
He's got a sentry. You just use the sentry, Zero. Don't lose the ward. There it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not worth. It's not worth holding that sentry. You need to get that.
Yeah.
I'll let the creeps handle it, but it's gonna not make it in time. Is Excel is just gonna yoink? I feel like that's really weird. I feel like you should not have given that ward up, but
He didn't know where exactly they were in the jungle. He thinks if he walks forward to hit the ward, he just dies.
Yeah.
Which might have been true.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Their vision is not great on the side of Black and Yellow right now.
man, your bottom tower is just continuing to go down here. There's a catapult on top of the Terrorblade illusion. It's gonna be Lina that helps clean it up, but they've got to get something else. Like, they've got to force them back. They're not even pressuring top enough. Mid lane, they are at least cutting the wave now, but they were getting way too much damage on these like on the map here. And Lumiere is just like, all right, whatever. I'm actually gonna hit the tower. Like, no one apparently respecting the split push of Infamous.
Yeah, they're terrified to show themselves in the wave. I mean, Ember Spirit does have a decent jump, but I feel like they don't have enough hard lockdown. Maybe they're just afraid to commit their BKBs pre-fight.
Oh, Boris in a lot of trouble here, taking a ton of damage. But, ooh, nice Nightmare. Give him the space he needs, and Arena being down, not bad. Esk has Aegis for another minute and a half.
Lotus Sword makes him difficult to go on there. Arrow coming out after this connected zone? No.
All right, they're going to TP back the Ember, but of course he's going to have a Remnant available. They smoke up here. I think they might have seen it. Walking in, they're going to find Excel here. Not a bad hero to find because he is super annoying to deal with. So Coddle, first grab. Oh, Nightmare from Jubei. He gets the Mirana. Burrow Strike in one. The chain stuns are there. They got him. Don't even need the Burrow Strike.
Yeah, Fiend's Grip not necessary either now.
Okay, you got to save that one for like Terrorblade or Ember, right, in the fight.
Speaking of, the TB losing to run the tower again. It's down to 500 HP. They've almost finished whittling away at this tower here.
He's on his way to a butterfly. He's got the Scotty completed top lane. Ooh, he gets the Fiend's Grip. He finds the Ember Spirit. The question is the rest of the damage there in time? The Burrow Strike comes through. They got it. That is a big find.
He's down for 46 seconds. Now they have time to reclaim a little bit of this map finally. I mean, they're not slowing down the Terrorblade at all. But this Ember Spirit's game is kind of rough.
They can try and get this mid-tier 2 tower, I feel like, but they're so split. Like, Zero's top lane in the river. Like, they're not getting anything off of these kills on black and yellow. Meanwhile, like, Infamous, this whole last, like, 10 minutes has been chipping away towers. They got a mid-tier 2 uncontested. The Aegis gets reclaimed, but there's going to be the initiation. It's in the river. The Ramson pops the BKB, beating down Sacred. His BKB can allow him to walk. He's just walking away. He doesn't care. Mars.
Boris,
he's tanking up. Boris might regret going in on that one. Zero. That's going to be his Aeon Disc getting popped there. And Sacred Blink spears back the Ember Spirit. Or the Earth Spirit, rather. Sorry.
Nightmare ends up dodging out the God's Rebuke, but Jubei is going to die, putting himself out of position despite trying to save his friend. And they did all that without committing the Metamorphosis either.
I mean, Terrorblade wasn't even in the fight. It was just Sacred.
I mean, he was there, but he just kind of sat outside the arena waiting for something to happen. And now he's going to continue chipping away this tower. This time he's going to commit the Metamorphosis. They've got Fortify available.
Oh, Lina denied the tower during the fort. Not ideal.
No. Lumiere can't. All right, this is a dangerous move, putting yourself up on the high ground here. Boris, he's ready to jump Lumiere and kick him back in.
I don't know why they're not going for this. Yamsun just has no intention of fighting, so they're just going to lose the lane. He's just farming top instead. He doesn't have God Strength. He didn't have the BKB at the time. And despite the massive amount of magic damage that they have, they are afraid to go onto this Terrorblade.
I guess they feel they couldn't have done it without the Sven. No BKB, no God Strength means no team fight, I suppose. I felt like they would have had the damage to blow up the TB, but if that had gone wrong, they don't lock him down properly. He gets the Sunder off, and you just end up losing him mid-racks as well.
Yamsun manages to finish up the Silver Edge, but you get a Kaya Sange done now onto Alone, which will reduce that Fiend's Grip duration quite a bit.
Yeah, you almost have a Butterfly done on the Terrorblade.
Oh yeah, he had the Talisman going before going for that push.
Yep. Yeah, he's got it now. That Silver Edge barely gonna mean shit.
Well, he will be able to get Michael here. Yeah, chain stun through from Boris. Well done.
You died well enough.
Level 22 now in this one.
He's queuing up the Bloodthorn, one of the better items at giving you true strength. But MKB on Lina, that is your only real answer to this Terrorblade at this point.
Excel's been spamming Chakra Magic on the TP to get his Metamorphosis off of cooldown. He's got it now.
That's actually really funny. All right, tier 2 tower goes down bottom. The only outer tower remaining is this mid one for Infamous, but Black and Yellow has tier 1 top, hardly taking any damage this game.
I mean, there's really been they haven't been playing that area of the map. They just kind of letting them have that section be a little bit of a waste of time. for them to go all the way up there, have them refresh their fortification because of it, and then move back down around the Roche pit. It will make it easier for Black and Yellow to defend the Roche here if they end up taking a fight around the pit. What's buyback status is looking like?
Double damage empowers me.
Top tower is
Got
under attack.
most of them. Well, they've got some of them right now. I was just curious about this upcoming Roche fight. Another minute here. Lean still needs 800 gold. Sand King got it. Mars got it. Cupid Light got it. Yamson has it.
I'll take your tribute.
I think you need to save for buyback for this Roche fight.
Well, they're going to
They smoked
5-man
up,
smoke
by the way.
right now. If they get this big win here before the Roche, certainly going to put them in a good position. DD here on alone as well. Zero just sitting on the high ground. He's got a gem as well, so ready to initiate onto anyone. They're going to see Excel, but backside of the fight, you're just dead on the Bane. They find the kill super easily alone. Still protected for the moment. Yamsun goes out with the Silver Edge. Dust does connect. Boris catches an arrow, though, unable to roll away, and alone should be able to clean that one up. 2 heroes dead so far from the side of Black and Yellow. In comes Sacred. Gets Zero, but Aeon Disc will protect him. Only for a moment, though, as in comes Lumiere as they grab the gem as well. 3 big kills for the side of Infamous.
Now they're going to go for this tier 1 tower. It's going to melt so fast under this TV. 3 heroes down, like you mentioned. It's way too difficult to take these fights against them. Lumiere feels absolutely massive with this butterfly. Sven, I don't think you can fight into him with the God Strength right now. He's got Metamorphosis up.
And Roche just respawned, so they're going to walk right on into the pit.
Yep. They're out of Metamorphosis in just a second now, so this is going to be a little bit slower. I don't think they'll have time to get over there, though. Earth Spirit down for another 37 seconds. It'll go down long before he gets in. But yeah, Excel spamming out the Chakra Magic onto him yet again to get his Metamorphosis that much quicker. All right, he gives 1 to Sacred. No, 1, because he actually needs mana.
Aegis now on the Terrorblade. Shard, I think, on alone. Yeah, dude, this Shard is so good.
Give him the Chakra Magic, old man. Wrong hero.
Has fallen.
All right, see if they can hold on Black and Yellow. They did it once earlier, but it did cost them a melee barracks.
Almost have they might try to finish up the Satanic first in the Terrorblade. They're getting closer to it.
They're trying to force the issue. They pop the smoke here onto Black and Yellow, and they're chasing into their jungle. Sun's gonna be first. The dust pops. They find Lumiere. This would be the hero to start on, but he doesn't even get stunned for the moment. It's gonna be the Sven. BKB comes out. There's the God Strike. Lumiere protecting, holding all of his spells, but here come the control. He's gonna be forced to BKB. Sunder comes out, and Esk is just pelting these backside heroes. Yamsun ends up going down. The buyback's coming through. Ember Spirit, the Murata, the Yule set up into the Lina, and that is a big kill. Boris now trying to roll away. He has a TP. Has 1 more roll. Will be able to make it, and Boris will head home.
Yeah. TV is going to go straight for this mid lane, though.
They didn't even get the Aegis on Terrorblade.
I mean, they ignored him completely in that team fight. They went on to him and decided they wanted not to deal with him. They knew that Metamorphosis was going to cool down for a couple seconds. But they go into him
Comes
now.
in, nice Burrow Strike, LSA off the mark, but Eski's got the damage. The Lotus Orb to reflect the Sunder. Well played, Zero. He's got to get out. Can it happen? He does just barely. Burrow Strike comes through. They want to try and finish off the Terrorblade. He's going to get incredibly low, but they will just tunnel down the Lina, and that's going to be a dieback. Well played by Alone here on the Ember Spirit to go in. And without the Lina, your answers are few and far between as you just use that Satanic. Heals back up to full, and he is going to just focus down these lanes.
I think that's going to be it. TB, they controlled him up there, but could not finish him up. There was a sick Lotus Orb play to counter out that Sunder that came out, but he is way too big at the moment. In that previous team fight, I like what they did. Again, they were trying to control. All right, Jubei. He's getting hit by an arrow and just drops. Gleipnir ends up finishing him off. It's I think this is going to be it for Black and Yellow. Mega creeps end up coming out. They might not even have to get back here. In fact, yeah, they're just going to start to go for these tier 4s. Black and Yellow haven't GG'd out yet, but things are things are not looking good for them. I'm pretty sure they needed a 2-0. It is going to be a confusing bracket for the admin. He said he wasn't able to quite figure things out. Now they'll look at it tomorrow if they end up getting a 2-0 here on Infamous. Or 1-1. It gets things kind of confusing, but that's going to be it. Infamous, they end up taking game number 1. Lumiere, absolute beast. Huge at the end of this game. There was nothing that they were able to do to fight into him. I mean, they had a sick performance on Esk on that Lina. He did amazing in the mid lane. He zoned out Ember. Jensen, he kind of struggled at the start of the laning phase, but it felt like they had kind of solutions to take these team fights, but they all they crumbled as the game went on. Lumiere was just too big. They couldn't change things up on top of him, and eventually he just became an unkillable force.
I mean, it's not the first time we've seen the Sven fail. It seems to be a recurring theme where if you don't have something to make this Sven's game easier, it just doesn't feel like that strong of a hero. There were not really any stacks made for Yamsa in this game. He doesn't have like an IO or anything to make his game easy, and it's really just the Lina. That's your damage source this game. And as soon as that BKB is over, they did a great job of tunneling her down, and just ends up being a really solid performance from Infamous. Lumiere finishing 6-1-5. Not a super impressive score really from anyone this game. Like just a very well played, calculated game. And Infamous, like you said, putting Black and Yellow's future in question now.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know. There were a couple of issues with that game. Like Yamsum, he didn't end up making. There wasn't enough stacks for him, so he wasn't able to accelerate the ways that we see Sven normally do. But Infamous played it out very well. They invaded their side of the jungle. They started putting tons of pressure onto the tier 3s from pretty early on, and they did end up getting things turned on in a couple of team fights. But again, without Sven able to find that farm, pretty far behind Lumiere, he ended up getting his butterflies. Yeah, Sanjayasha, BKB, Butterfly, Scotty so quickly this game. Yeah, there wasn't anything you could do. Boris set up a lot of kills, but again, without the stacks for Sven, he doesn't feel that strong.
Right on. All right, everyone. So stay tuned. We've got one game left here tonight. It's going to be the conclusion of Black and Yellow versus Infamous, but it's going to be the conclusion of the entire group stage. This last game is important indeed, as certain teams may be out of the tournament based on the fact if Black and Yellow gets a win here. Otherwise, Black and Yellow is definitely out. So stay tuned for the final game. We'll be back after a short break here. We'll see you in a bit.